Hi guys, it's Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet. I'm getting my video done in the morning. Those of you that know me know that I have rheumatoid arthritis, and if you know anything about that, it takes you a little bit to get going. But I wanted to get this one up sometime today. It's a 9:30 now here Eastern Standard Time, which it'll be later once I get the video done and then upload it. You know, it takes a while if you do content. It takes a while to load the video back up. But anyway, today's another episode of what's in my cup, what's on my hook, what's on my mind. And as usual, I got a few things on my mind. Oh, I want to show you my Kentucky t-shirt. It says Kentucky and Wildcats, and it has the UK. And this one just has a basketball hoop. I don't know if y'all can see that, but they have ones that have Wildcats on them, which will be my next purchase. I've had this shirt for a really long while. I like to wear it like a pajama shirt, but I do wear it out sometimes if it's going to be a big game, like so. Even though they're from the same state, the UK Wildcats and the Louisville Cardinals, every year they do a game against each other, and they also do one against Indiana. But it don't matter which one of them are playing UK. I'm wearing the blue shirt. Yes, I know I live in Indiana, but it's okay. That's my team. They were my husband's team. I think I said that a while back ago, and then I didn't really watch sports, and then he got me into it, and now I watch it more than he did. Okay, so back to our episode. I believe this is episode 7. I will check. I hope I don't misquote, but I'll find out. But anyway, so if you haven't seen it yet, by the way, I've got a few new subscribers since the last time I did this. Welcome in. I bought this cup a while back ago, and it matches all my stuff. Except for today, I have a red thing blocking the light up there. It's not a flag. Although, given the state of what's going on everywhere, it could have been a red flag. But anyway, it's just a pillowcase. I put it up there so that it blocks the glare from the light in my living room. But anyway, I had this pumpkin coffee mug at Ben's Bargain Barn. I think it was like $3, but I love it so much. And what's in my cup today? Let me sit this down before I sip it. This is a genuine first experience taste of this tea. I'm saving them all for, except for the ones I've already tried. I'm saving them all for live. But anyway, this is Outlaw from August Uncommon. It's a bold black tea with smoke and black fruit. And one of my friends warned me that it might be a little bit much, so I am going to try it and see. It says it tastes like sweet, dark cherry, pipe tobacco, limestone, and ash. That's just what they've noted, like somebody who swirls wine and says it has notes of fruit and wood or whatever, that's basically a tea sommelier. And it says it feels like riding high in the saddle at dawn. Woo! Y'all get on your horses. We're going to try this tea. I'm a little goofy this morning. I haven't even drank a cup of coffee, which for me is very unusual. But I was going to have the tea, and it has caffeine in it, and then the coffee has caffeine in it. So, we don't want a jittery Patricia, sorry. My family, they call me Trisha, and it's okay. That's what I grew up with, but I like my full name, Patricia. But sometimes I get caught up in it too. But anyway, yeah, we don't want a jittery Patricia. Nobody wants that. Okay, so we're going to smell it. Oh, it does smell. It smells kind of like a leather-bound book That's what it smells like. We'll see what it tastes like. Well, it's a really strong tea, and you can really taste the smokiness of the Lapsang Souchong. I'm probably not saying that right. Lapsang Souchong smoked tea. So they smoke the tea probably over fire or something when they're drying it. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I don't get the cherry flavor. I think it would be with a little creamer. It would be a good wake you up morning tea, like a breakfast tea. Um, Probably. Let me taste it one more time. Yeah, I'd probably drink it first thing in the morning, like a cup of coffee with a little creamer, maybe a little coconut creamer. But yeah, sometimes you get some that aren't your favorite. This is probably not going to be one of those. I'll give you an honest opinion, but the company, if you haven't, go back and watch some of my other videos. This is the second one out of a huge list of teas they have that I didn't like. And I like all the teas I've tried so far except for two. And it's not that I don't hate this one. It's just, it's very smoky. And my friend warned me about that. Hi, Linda. It's kind of neat to think you'll be watching this in a little bit. But anyway, she warned me that it was going to be too smoky, and it was. But, I mean, there's people out there that really like that. I'm not going to waste my tea. I'll finish it off or maybe mix it, because, I was thinking there's some of these teas that you could mix. If you had just a little bit left of one and the other, mix it and make you a combo. Just try to keep the flavors close to what is okay to be together. You don't want to make like what we used to call them. Well, I can't even say the word now because the YouTube would ban me on it. But I know other people call it different things, but we called it the S word. Well, anyway, because you mixed all these drinks and it was liable to croak you, So anyway, you guess that on your own. I don't want YouTube to ban me for saying that word. And it's not really funny. That subject is not funny. But anyway, we used to mix all the sodas together when we were kids, and that's what we would call it. I guess it's inappropriate. Well, it was inappropriate then. We just didn't realize it was inappropriate. But anyway, we live and learn. But, sorry, I need to get me a Shawl pen for that. So Outlaw. Not my favorite, but you might like it if you like really smoky, leathery type things. It does kind of smell like a tobacco barn, which it doesn't have tobacco in it, but I like the smell of it. It's not my favorite flavor. But don't not try August Uncommon because they are very, very good. There's one called Metropolitan. It has cloves and plum in it. I'm so addicted. And also they have a Low Country. It's like a brown sugar and bourbon flavor. It doesn't really have bourbon in it. Just it has hints of it, like sniffing the wine. It has notes of bourbon, but it doesn't have it in there. It's a good breakfast tea, and that was my number one tea before I tried Metropolitan. So get out there, get you some tea. Don't have to be from this company, but if you would like to, they're a good company. And try different ones. I mean, what else are you going to do? If you're watching this, then you're a person who watches YouTube. So you got some time on your hands. Get you some tea while you're watching YouTube. Grab you a snack. Um, Try something new. It's a little adventure in your cup. Anyway, I am not, I think I've already said it, but I'm not affiliated with August Uncommon Teas. They don't give me royalties for anybody going over there and checking out their site, although they can start any day. But they don't. I'm just a loyal tea drinker of theirs. And to be honest with you, I wasn't super into tea before that either, but I tried something new, and look at me now, trying all kinds of teas. Who knows what'll happen tomorrow? Excuse me. So anyway, that was what was in my cup. And what's on my hook? Well, I have my project bag, and in it I got Grammy's. I think it's going to end up being a decorative scarf, because whereas that ball was a really big ball of yarn, it only did a very little bit. So I know that if I even used the other ball that I had, it wouldn't be a full shawl. So I think I'm just going to make this one into a decorative scarf. But see how it really cutely curled up. I didn't do that. I didn't plan on it. It was just going to be a rectangle scarf, and it did that. Not even sure how it happened, and I've crocheted for a very long time. But anyway, let me take this one off. Oop. Okay. But if you wrap this one around a couple of times, which my grandma would have to because she's not super tall, but you could, well, you could probably arrange it where you don't look like a clown like I do now, but, you could do something with it, make it look snazzy. A lot of times she ties hers in the front. Sorry, I got a string just going everywhere. Sorry guys about the silence. But anyway, yeah, it'll be nice. It's gonna have green on the other edge because it ends in green, so it's this green, and then there'll be a green on this side, so it'll look balanced. And like I said, she can wrap it a couple of times, but this is almost the whole thing. I mean, there's just a little bit of green left, and well, my grandma will figure it out. But anyway, there's just a little green left on it, so even two of these, if you could just imagine, wouldn't be very wide. So I think it's just going to be a one ball fancy scarf. But anyway, I like it. She'll like it, I know, because she likes the stuff I make her, so that's cool. That's not the only thing on my hook, as y'all know I have several whips, but I got to get this one done by October the 18th, because that's her birthday. And anyway, put back on my shawl. It's really nice because I got the windows open and it's cool outside this morning, but later on it'll get hot. And if you leave the, sorry, my hair is all over the place. If you leave the window shut, the house heats up. I guess it's electricity, or I don't know, but it gets warm, and then the air will kick on. So I don't want it to do that. So in the mornings, I'll just open my windows, let some fresh air in. It airs out the house anyway. It's still that time of year where you could do that. But I think it's like 60 or something outside. I could tell you. Forgot to turn my phone off, but it helps me right now. It's 44 outside this morning. Wow. Well, that's okay. I'll just cover up and I won't use my electrical. This is good because that bill is outrageous. But anyway, so the hook I was using on that thing or I am using, is Lion Brand London K. I don't know if you can. Oh, sorry, I cut my finger earlier this morning. Oh, you guys had to see the cut. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I don't know if you can read that. It says London K on it, though. It's very nicely embossed. It's her handwriting. And then it has Lion Brand on that side. And it's her small. Her small is a 9mm. I guess she just works with big hooks. She does positive things like rainbows and peace signs and stuff like that. She hangs them. She's like a Banksy of artists. You know, she just hangs it somewhere like on a basketball fence or whatever. If you get on Lion Brand, I'm sure you can find something about her on there. But I guess she collaborated with Lion Brand and she got her own line of hooks. And I don't know if you can see, but it twists. It's twisty. It's square on the end, and then it just twists, and that helps you. Okay, so I guess there's two types from what I've learned of ways to hold a crochet hook. This is called the pencil, and you can, your wrists move and your fingers move. I think of it like holding chopsticks, if you've ever ate with chopsticks, which is a skill you should learn, but I don't know why. I just like using chopsticks. It's fancy. But and then some people do it the knife method, which I've tried and it kind of hurts me. I guess because I'm using the muscles differently. I don't know. I couldn't do that, but it's okay. Everybody has learned their own way, and mine just happens to be the pencil, but it works for me. But anyway, so it's easy. My point is, it's easy to hold because it's twisted, so the groove, it's harder to drop it. I did, because that I usually just use a thick crochet hook, and so my hand is used to that. It did hurt my wrist for a little bit when I first started using it, because you're using your muscles in a different way. You're holding something different. So my hand had to get used to it. But that's probably just my rheumatoid arthritis, not to do with crochet at all. But anyway, and there's different hooks. There's one called an inline. I don't know what this one is. I don't know the difference. I just use whatever hooks I've got, so you guys could tell me what kind it is. It kind of looks like a little duck. But anyway, yeah, we try to have fun. Okay, so that was one of the things on my hook. I still have my sweaters, my super scarf that I'm working on. I'm trying to slowly get those done, but I also have to get like my grandma's present done, and that Christmas stocking that I was working on done. I mean, the sweaters can wait because they're just for me, but and I didn't start doing that till just recently, making stuff for myself. But I got given yarn to make these sweaters. So, well, the one I bought specifically to make me a sweater after I made the first one. My first sweater disappeared. I have a picture of it. I don't know what happened. My husband donates things to the Goodwill a lot. He might have grabbed a pile of clothes and it was in there. I don't know. But anyway, so my sweaters might not get done before the other stuff gets done, but I'm trying to get I would like to get all my whips out of the way before Christmas, because in January we're going to do the crochet along sometime, maybe not the beginning of January, but sometime in January, to start off the new year with a fresh project, and I would like to have all my whips done. That's my goal, but who knows if that's going to happen. We'll see. There's so much stuff going on. Anything can get in the way. But anyway, the other thing, I have a finished object, and I'm going to put it on, and it goes with these gloves, so I'm going to put these on. Well, wrist warmers. I if y'all watched a couple previous episodes, I talked about my mom's and my wrist warmers. She made one, I made the other. She actually made two for me, and I lost one of them. But anyway, I made one, and it works. But anyway, so with the same yarn, and I still have a ball of it left. Oh, and I wound it. Look, it looks like a little apple or a, you might can't see that against my sweater. A little apple or a bomb. But anyway, I wrapped it around my fingers so that it would have a pull string, and it works. So I'm just going to keep doing that with all my leftover balls so that I'll have pull strings in the middle. I know you don't have to do that. I don't have a ball winder yet, but I'm going to get one. But I kind of like that. It makes it easier later when I'm working on, say, my scrap can or whatever. Okay, so I made the hat. I'm going to put it on just a second. But this is the hat. It's kind of a cloche style beanie. Sorta. Okay, so what happened was I did the double crochet on top till I got it big to where it was going to start going down the body of the hat. And then I did half double crochet. You can see where that transitions. This is the double, this is the half double. And then I wanted some texture in there, which is hard to see in this light, but there is a row, well, there's 3 rows of front post regular crochet, front post regular crochet. To make just like a line of texture there, which doesn't show up really good with variegated yarn, but I don't care. I wanted it to be a little different, and that's how I do my hats. I start with the regular increasing, and then I just stitch how I feel. So sometimes I'll put bobble stitches in there or V stitches. I just change it up. I don't really have a pattern. It's just how I've done it. But anyway, and then after the front posts, I did some more half double crochet, and at the very end I did a couple of rows, looks like 3, of single crochet. But anyway, so I made it, and it's a little slouchy, which is okay for me. I don't mind a little slouchy. Oh yeah, what I didn't say was it started after the front post. It started to be really wide. So what I did for a couple of rows until it got tighter was I crocheted 2 together, 4 times in each row. I just crocheted a little bit, crochet 2 together, crochet a little bit, like a quarter of the way each way. And that, it brings your hat in a little bit without making it real obvious. You can't tell, and it's nice. And that's the way you keep the brim tighter. Sorry about my hair. I washed it this morning and it looks wonky until about 2 or 3 o'clock, and then it looks smooth and everything. But anyway, it's my hair. Used to be really, really curly, and it would probably if I just let it dry and curl up, but it would be fuzzy. But anyway, this is my hat, and full disclosure, I do not look good in hats, but I'm not stupid. I will wear them when it's cold, so don't judge my hat how I look in it, because it can't help it. Okay. So it comes in, tighter right here. See, the texture is right about there. It's kind of like a band around it. And, it's fitting pretty good this morning. Oh, it's because I don't have it pulled the way I normally would. See, it's a little bit more slouchy in the back. Just a little bit. I really like the hat. I really hate how I look at it, but I'm okay. I don't usually wear things for fashion. Like I do like t-shirts and stuff like that. I like funny stuff on my shirts, or animals. I love animal shirts. But I dress for comfort. Now I have some fancier shirts for church or whatever, but mostly I just dress for comfort. Because I have enough, things going on without making myself uncomfortable, like wearing super high heel shoes. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's very uncomfortable to me. I like flats. I always have, even when I was younger. But anyway, so that's my hat and my wrist warmers. It doesn't match my shawl, but it's okay. It's just me and y'all. About 218 of y'all, by the way, if you all were watching at the same time, which I'm pretty sure you're not. And we're 25 minutes in, so probably 90% of you already clicked out. But you missed the hat if you did. Anyway, that's my hat that matches my wrist warmers. So very nice. And you can't get that yarn anymore. Well, you could if somebody was selling it on eBay or something, but it's a discontinued color, which is really sad because it's a beautiful color. Hopefully they'll come out with its twin and call it a new one. Anyway, I'll never get sponsored because I'm too honest. But anyway, I love the yarn. Oh my gosh, I love the yarn. So nice. Karen Simply Soft. Super, super. Oh, yeah, here's the label for it. And it was Sunset Autumn was the color. And I don't know when it came out. Oh, it looks like 2019. Or this label was printed in August of 2019. So, yeah, it's about right. Because I've had this shawl for a couple of years. And I made it from the same Karen Simply Soft Paints. Paints is the title of that. But, she got me this, and then she got her those colors to make for me. And we made it all at the same time. So it was in 2019, y'all. We have forensic evidence. I love it. Crochet archaeology. I lost that little book that has all the quotes in it. I don't know what I did with it. We were going to have somebody come over, and I have my table, and it's full of crochet junk and boxes here and there of yarn that I got to, well, the one you guys are going to get shipped after Thursday, whoever wins. And the other is just yarn I bought here recently. I got to put it away. But anyway, so I was cleaning up because people were coming over and I took things and set them other places. A bad idea for me. And I can't find that little book, but I will find it. It has some really good quotes in it. It's really nice. Okay, so that's pretty much what's on my hook that I'm dealing with right now. What's on my mind? Well, one cool thing. Let me take another drink. I'm getting a dry throat. You should never let your tea get cold. And it's still pretty warm, that mug. It's not a thermal mug, but it keeps it warm longer. I guess it's thicker or something. Anyway, so I have these knockout roses. It's the name of the roses. I don't know if y'all have them in England or not, but probably so. But they, you may have had them before us. I don't know. They're these, they come really cute and little, and then you plant them in the ground, and they just... It's like a rose bomb. Mine, I got them for Mother's Day. I got one Mother's Day, a hot pink, dark hot pink, almost red, but pink for sure, rosebush. And then the next year I got a lighter pink one. They wanted to get me something different. The thing about the knockout roses, though, is they don't have, because they're hybrid, they don't have a rose scent. Only one of them does, and that's the yellow. I don't know why. You could look it up, and they could tell you. But, yeah, for some reason, the yellow has a scent. And I don't have a yellow one, but, so anyway, I have the hot, dark pink and the light pink. Well, we noticed this year, well, because I got those two a couple years, and then several years down the road, because it's been a long while, my neighbor to the right of me and my neighbor to the left of me each got one. Theirs was about a year old. And I noticed on my rose bush, the light pink one, that there were some dark pink rosebuds on it. I was like, that's weird. They cross-pollinated or something, you know. Anybody who's into horticulture could tell me. But so this morning I was sitting out on the front porch and I looked to the right at my neighbor to the right, and her bush has some. Hers was a light pink, and hers has some hot pink roses in it. So they've, because it's fairly close. Our yards are like little squares in the front, and not the size of another house, but like almost close in the front yard. I mean, you guys might have seen some pictures on my channel, but yeah, hers started to do the same thing. So I'm wondering if the guy to the left of me's rose bush is going to do it. His is a little farther, and his is the dark pink ones, you know, hot pink, almost red, and mine on the left, my rose bush is on the left side of my yard, is the closest one to his, and it's also a dark pink, and it hasn't gotten different colored blooms on it. Just the one that's in between the pink and the my pink one. So yeah, I don't know how it happened. Maybe it's the bees. I don't know, but they do like the flowers. It's just wild. I thought you'd have to graft them together or something to do that, but nope. I might get video evidence of it for you guys later. So that was a cool thing. So I thought I'm going to add that to my video today because that's pretty nifty. And then I watched the news yesterday. I don't do that normally because I'm very empathetic. Like if you're really sad, I'm really sad. I could go to, you know, somebody's funeral that I didn't know very well, and I would cry right through it. And sorry, I was leaning on the table. So if my friends are sad, I'm sad. It's me. So I don't watch the news very much because I empathize with everybody that, you know, is going through it. And there was so much that I didn't know was going on because I hadn't been watching it. And I just want to I'm not bringing this one down. I'm actually trying to lift it up a little bit. You know, there's a lot of people out there struggling right now. And you can only do what you can do. You're probably one of the people that are struggling. I know our budget's getting tighter and tighter as prices go up and everything. So if you're in a position to try to help out your neighbors, anybody that you come across. I was always told when I was growing up, never deny anybody food if they were hungry. My grandpa didn't have money to give somebody, but if he thought that they were hungry, he'd tell them and their whole family to come over, and my grandma would make bean soup or whatever she had that could stretch that far, and everybody ate. And I've never turned anybody down for food. Not to say, I mean, there's people out there that beg for food and they're just getting money. But you never know those people that you come across, whether it's that or not. Maybe you could give them a McDonald's voucher, you know, for a meal or whatever. You can get coupons and stuff for McDonald's. You don't necessarily have to give them money just in case drugs is what they're looking to get. But anyway, but you have neighbors, you know, more safe. You don't want to put yourself in an unsafe position, but you have like neighbors and people you meet through school or church or just in the community in general. If you know people are in need, do your best to help them. There's so much going on. So we'll leave it at that, but just be aware of your neighbors if they're suffering. Do the best that you can do in your own little corner. I've always said that. Um, you know, your own little corner of the world, it within your realm of capability to help. You can brighten your own little corner, and we'll get out of that. I know all my listeners out there are very sweet and nice, and I know because y'all text me and through the chat, and I'm just overwhelmed by how just awesome the crafting community is. More and more people are talking about it. They probably were before I came along, but I've heard it here recently myself, how everybody's just loving the fact that we all are sweet and nice to each other, and that's the way it should be. But anyway, that's a little bit about what's on my mind. Future things, well, the crochet along in January, I'm going to have to figure out how to do that because I want us all to crochet together, but there's so many things that could go wrong with Zoom and all that. I might just do the videos. I might have some lives where I can chat with you all while you're watching me crochet and you can crochet. Also, I have an email just for this channel. I decided that would be better. And that way my regular email wouldn't get bombarded when I need like an important message or something. So maybe you guys could send pictures of your work to my email, and then we can see progress. I might could print out a few. We're kind of a low tech here at my house out of necessity. But I might could print out a few to show at the library. I go to the library. I do have a printing machine, but the ink for that thing is just outrageous, and you use it up so quickly. But or I could show it on my phone. We'll figure it out. But I definitely would like to do maybe some lives when I do that one, so that I can chat with y'all. And you'll have to be take it easy on me because I'm not real good with the typing and talking and crocheting at the same time. But I guess after I've done it for a little while, I'll get used to it. But anyway, sorry to have brought in the world and the state of affairs, but I just wanted to. I was so shocked at everything. So. But you can only do what you can do. If you do watch the news, don't get too depressed because, I'll break my thing about not talking too much about my faith, but he only expects out of you what you can handle in your own little, part of the world. So you can't let it all get to you and get you down. Do what you can do. Grab you a bag of canned goods out of your cupboard and take it to the local food bank. Or a lot of you all craft that watch this, not everybody's just a watcher. Like I'm going to do. Oh, let me grab this. I got a bunch of beanie hats. I've showed them before, but I'll grab. There's new people. They might want to see. I'll grab them out of here real quick. I had a skein of yarn that was variegated, and it was variegated with greens and white. And that's one hat. That's another. It has a little bit darker green on the top, and then a mid color green, and then a lighter color green on the bottom. That's a beanie. And then this one, I kind of color controlled some of this, but most of it was not color controlled. It's just how it came off of the thing. But some of them I made were too short, so I had to add more of a brim. So that's where kind of the color controlling came in. I'm not a color controller. And this one, I had a little bit of scrap, so I tried to make a little bit of a design here to, make it bigger. But anyway, that's just but I'm going to make a lot more. I have a knitting machine too that can make hats. So I'm going to wind up a bunch on the knitting machine. But then that church that gives out food that's in town, I think it's the First Baptist Church. I'm not really sure. I don't go there. But they have food giveaways, and sometimes they'll give out stuff like promotional cups or whatever, and I thought maybe they could give some beanies for winter. If I do it around Thanksgiving, they'll have it for even Christmas. They could give it to their kids for Christmas presents or whatever, around that time of the year. Not everybody can give Christmas presents, so that'd be something nice. But, do what you can where you are. Brighten your little corner, spread the joy. And if you are in the position where you can't do anything else, just give somebody a smile, because you'll never know how that's going to change their life. They could have thought that nobody loved them or nobody cared. The world's kind of bleak right now. A lot of people are very, very sad, and they come across you and you have that bright, brilliant, love-filled smile, and that just, I'll give you an example of why I know, I'll give you an example of why I know that works. We had a tornado in 2012. It didn't affect our house, but our neighbors, all the community, the school community, it wiped out the school. Well, pretty much. There was parts of it that they could rebuild. They rebuilt that quick, like in a year, because everybody was concerned about the children not having their school. They had to go to a different facility. It wasn't even a school, but they made it a school for a little bit. And well, anyway, there was a tent, and Henryville, Otisco, all those places got hit, and my son's school, Henryville High School. They usually let those kids out at the time that tornado run right through, but they let them out 15 minutes earlier. Otherwise, those buses would have been sitting outside that gym that you saw where the wall got sucked in. Yeah, the bus would have been in there, and my son. So, I do believe in the higher power that principal let our kids go 15 minutes early, and we were about 15 minutes away from the school, so he was home. I kid you not, he had a record player. He likes the 70s stuff, and the song he was listening to was Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. I kid you not, you can't make it up. If I had the Bible right here, I'd put my hand on it. But anyway, so there was a tent, a food tent. The mayor of Scottsburg at the time, he organized, Scottsburg is the town like north of us, and he organized that food tent, and people donated food, and there was a chef, his son, that cooked the food. His son was a chef, taught at a university to teach people how to cook, and then there was another lady. Her name was Barb. I forget her last name, but anyway, she cooked, and I cooked like once or twice, but not like, I just like made hamburgers. I didn't, but I helped with the food trays and keeping things a little bit clean, and talking to people when they came in. And at the time, I wasn't so disabled that I had a wheelchair. So the thing that I could do, because I wasn't a good, I'm not a great cook or nothing. I can do chili, spaghetti, whatever. But the thing I could do was wash the dishes. So they had this tin sink. Well, it might have been aluminum or whatever, maybe some steel. I don't know. It was silver looking sink, and it had the big bin for the washing and the one for the um, rinsing, and then they had another one, and it had sanitizer tablets in it. I guess in case you didn't get all the germs off when you was washing it. I don't know, but it was a regulation, so they followed the rules there. And luckily there was uh, hookup for water. All the buildings on that road were wiped away. Some people that were in the church next door survived because they were in the basement in a closet. The closet was made out of concrete block, and so the pressure of the roof falling in on them was more stable because of those concrete pillars from the wall of the closet. And most everybody survived because they got in the closet that were there. But anyway, so there was still water hookups and stuff, though, because it's down in the ground and everything. And so we had hookup to water, and I would stand there, not the whole time, but on and off, I would be the dishwasher. And I had my cane then. That was before I got in my wheelchair. And I would stand there and wash dishes, or try to catch up on the dishes when they needed my help. And these people would come in. There was people that come from all over, all different denominations. It didn't matter. They didn't care who was what. Everybody was in a line, and it didn't matter whether you were Muslim or Baptist, Catholic. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about the color of your skin. Nobody cared about your religion. Everybody was just together and helping. And it was so beautiful. I mean, but besides the devastation, it was just a beautiful thing to see all those people helping each other. Well, I was standing there at the sink. My whole point. I was standing at their sink washing dishes. I didn't think that I was doing very much. I mean, I felt guilty because the only thing that I was doing was the dishes, I had no clue. So I was, a couple of days in a row, I was standing there doing dishes, and these people that they come and they help. They go to every tornado every year. I've talked to a billion of them. They, the next disaster, the next year, they're different church groups usually. One group come and made us naan bread and curry, which all these country people we're in a country place, and then all these older people are used to potatoes and stuff. They didn't take very well to the curry, but I loved it. And naan bread, oh my gosh, I love naan bread. So anyway, those people come and they help clear out debris, rebuild. I mean, there was rebuilding going on already, and clearing, brush and just whatever the people needed. They'd went from house to house and they did that. And then when they were done, they would come by the tent and they would eat. And that's how, some of them stayed in hotels, some of them camped. But that's how they helped. So they would eat for free at the tent, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for, gosh, it went on for a really long time. But anyway, so I had been there a couple days in a row, and was just washing the dishes, not making much of an impact, I thought. And when people would come up to the tent, they'd have to walk past the sink, and I would smile and wave, because that's what I do. I just smile at everybody and wave. My husband hates it. But anyway, this one older gentleman, he walked past me. He had done it several times. And one time he walked past and he goes, it just makes my day when I come, sorry, when I come in here and have been dealing with all this, I come in here and you're standing there in the sun washing the dishes and just a big smile on your face. So that's, it made his day a little brighter because I just do what I do, is just smile at somebody. So that's one of the reasons. There's a couple of reasons why I know just giving somebody a smile will work. So you just never know. I mean, it may not help a lot of people, but some people it does, and then you'll touch that person's life. Things you do make a difference. It really does. And I know a lot of y'all, you make blankets for charities, and you make hats and scarves and stuff. There's a number of things I've saw that y'all do to brighten your little corner, so that is awesome. And hopefully this encourages somebody that wants to do something but didn't know how to go about it. You got one thing right on your person that can make a difference, is just show them the love of Jesus, as my grandpa would put it. Just show them that if you don't believe in Jesus, just show them the love that you have. And that's one thing you can give, is a smile. And but anyway, gosh, 51 minutes. I tried, I really did. Now, I have this friend, Jenny. She likes to hear me ramble. So she's going to love this video. Those of y'all that don't, click out whenever you're ready. I know a lot of you do anyway, because I have this analytics thing that tells me, but it doesn't bother me. Although, if you could, just leave me babbling in the corner. It'll help my views. All my friends that I chat with usually does watch the whole thing. And I'm very appreciative. I'm appreciative of the people that stay 4 minutes, because that's 4 minutes of watch video time. And I love it when y'all comment, because I get so many cool tips and ideas and cool trivia information, stuff I don't know, just chatting, because if you guys wouldn't chat to me, I mean, other than my family, I don't get out and, meet a lot of people, so this is great for me. But anyway, okay, so this is the part of my video. If you don't believe in the scriptures or just don't want to hear it, please feel free to click out. We will see you next time. We love you, and I'm like the queen. I love you and appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. For everybody who stayed, I'm going to read a scripture card, and we pull from the front and put in the back, so we try not to get repeats, although eventually it's going to repeat, and then what will I do? I guess go through them again, because who's going to remember? Some of y'all might. But anyway, it's a cute, beautiful set of cards, and it has on the front it has a nice saying, and then on the back it has a scripture that corresponds to it. So this one says, "You are smart, you are beautiful, you are caring, and I love you." That's pretty awesome. You all are beautiful people to me. It says on the back, the scripture, "I thank God for you and always mention you in my prayers." You know what? We had one similar to that. This one's 1 Thessalonians 1 and 2. But, there are several scriptures in the Bible that, say those things. Sometimes you'll get a similar scripture. And that was almost like the last one, but it's different. 1 Thessalonians 1, 2. But anyway, I do thank God for you, and I mention y'all in my prayers every time that I pray. I, try to remember everybody. Sometimes it gets, so, but I do my best, and I'm really appreciative of all y'all. You could be doing anything with your time, and you chose to watch this 54-minute and 49-second video. It'll be a little bit longer by the time I get out of here, but I'll put this one in the back of the box and put it up for next time. And just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.